If you have been struggling to get sales from your design work or understanding what you really need to do to make money, I have the workshop for you. On September 23rd, I'm hosting my first ever Profitable Designer Workshop. This 1-day, 3-hour workshop is only $97, but I have a discount for all my podcast listeners. Go to carinagardnercourses.com/profit and put in the code podcast for $50 off. I can't wait to see you more profitable. Welcome to the Make and Design Podcast. I'm your host, Carina Gardner. On this podcast, we're unraveling the everyday joys and dilemmas of design, making, and business. For makers who want to be designers and for designers who are makers, this is your inside scoop to help you grow your business and bring more creativity to your life. Hey guys, this is a question I get all the time, and that is, can you actually make a living as a surface pattern designer? The answer, of course, is a resounding yes, but I would go so much further. You guys, if you are in Design Suite, you know I'm going to tell you that while you can make a living as a surface pattern designer, I hate that name, but I feel like I have to use it because people understand what it is. I think you can make a lot more money by just being a designer. Just be a designer, because it then opens up the realm of all the things you can do. Now, people always ask me, like, how much can you make? Well, I know a lot of designers who are doing, 5 figures a year. I know if you're putting the right strategies in place, you can make multiple 6 figures, because that's what I've done over the years. My husband was an attorney. I was making a lot more than him. And it's because I use very specific strategies to make sure that my design work is being pushed further out there and I'm producing a lot. And if you've been on this podcast for a while, you know I've told you things like you got to get faster in Illustrator, right? You have to have multiple streams of income. You have to know all the right places for you to bring in income, okay? And when I tell people I'm a designer, I usually say I'm a fabric and paper designer. Those are technically 2 surface pattern things. But I don't call myself a surface pattern designer because I think of myself as a designer. Generally, actually, a graphic designer, which is what I went to school and got a PhD with, okay? If you're someone who resonates with this, even though you love the sexy name, surface pattern designer, stay with me here. Let's talk about really making income as a designer. Now, you guys know I love to throw some truth bombs at you, and I'm talking about it in especially Design Bootcamp, but oh my gosh, in Design Suite. The number of things I'm willing to tell everybody, how much I make, what I'm doing, these are things that are really important, because if you knew what was actually possible, if you would kind of shimmy away from that term surface pattern designer and just embrace being an amazing, great designer, and you knew that making only $50,000 a year as a surface pattern designer, it was going to be like way better. You could make $200,000 as a designer. Would you get rid of that name? I think you would, right? Because you would rather make that bigger number, right? I would. I know I would. So let's dig in for a second. I don't know where this name came from. I think it's because people really started love building patterns, which that is really cool. I love building patterns, but we do that on a lot of different platforms. We do it for fabric, so textiles, right? We do it for wrapping papers. We're doing it for scrapbooking papers, you guys. Any scrapbooking paper, that is a flat 2D item, right? That we're building patterns for. We are doing it for, anything you could cover, right? Anything you could cover with a pattern is a surface designer, right? Now, the other reason I don't consider myself just a surface pattern designer is because I think that all designers should also be able to level up and be able to do things in 3D. Okay, have I scared you guys yet? I hope not. Okay. 3D design is one of my most favorite things. In fact, if you are on my YouTube channel, you'll see behind me, I have some 3D designs that I do in SVGs. It's not for everybody, but what I find is designers who are pushing themselves to that next level, whether it's 3D or being able to source and do things in lots of other realms, what I find is that their surface pattern design stuff, that means the textiles, the fabrics, anything they're doing in scrapbooking, they are better at it. Let me say this again. When you level up and you are doing things harder than just the surface pattern design, your surface pattern design becomes better. So what I really want for you, because I want you to be making money as a designer. I want you to be bringing in dollars, because guess what, you guys? This is a living. It's a great living. It's a flexible living, and it's one full of wonderful creativity, but we've got to make money at it, because otherwise, what's the point? It's just a hobby, right? I want you making money at it. I know in my program, people who come into Design Suite, which you can only do in a Design Bootcamp, so join me for that if you want to hear more about my strategies. When you come into Design Suite, that is the main emphasis. We learn the programs so that we're good at them. We learn how to create great designs. And then the last thing we're doing is we're making money. But hopefully we're doing it quickly, efficiently, so that we're learning to design as we make money. I don't want you doing this just for fun and as a hobby, okay? And 100% you can get those fantastic contracts out there. But if you use my strategies, you'll know that there are lots of things that are low barrier to entry so that you can start making money now. And that is the crazy thing to me, as the number of designers I see out there that are just chasing the contracts, making not even half, sometimes a third, sometimes a fourth of what I've done as a designer. It's because they've been playing it safe, okay? And they just don't want to deal with it, right? They don't want to take their artwork and repurpose it the way that I teach you to do, because it's a hassle. They want to spend more time in the artwork. I'm here to tell you, if you can make good art and then explode it and put it on a lot of different streams that will bring you in income, you will be happier, you will be making money, and you can create residual income from it, which is insane, you guys, and the best part of it. If you want to hear more about these kinds of strategy, and you want to know about what I really talk about when it comes to making money, because you guys, I tell you a lot of that in Design Bootcamp, and then we dig deeper into it in Design Suite. Come to a boot camp, because you will love the strategies I have for you. I have lived it. I am not someone who just teaches it. I am someone who has lived it and continually has a design company and a design business that makes a lot of money, which is what I want for you. All right, Design Bootcamp is at carinagardnercourses.com/Design Bootcamp if you want to come join me for that. I can't wait to see you there. And by the way, if you have been here hanging out with me on the podcast and you haven't left me a review yet, please, please, please do. That really helps me continue to put out content for you guys, give you strategies, and talk about what you can do as a designer so that you can up level, get to that next level. We're all looking to up level, even me. Okay. I have done a lot of great things. I've made a lot of good money as a designer, but I also know that I can always be better. And that's what I strive to help you do as you come to this podcast. All right, guys, I hope to talk to you soon. Hey, did you know that you can visit me at makeanddesign.com to learn more about this podcast and join my VIP group for weekly freebies? I can't wait to see you there.